Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. We're continuing off from the director's office where things took a turn for the worse in terms of Mayumi's current situation. Before we continue with the choice that we left off, just a brief recap on the last episode. It all seemed really nice and pleasant. We encountered Mari again. We encountered Mari, who disappeared 5 years ago, only to be fooled. It wasn't really Mari. It turned out to be a kind of multiple fish forming into some kind of fish monster, but it seemed to be multiple fish that had formed into the form of Mayumi's little sister Mari, who disappeared here 5 years ago. So sadly it wasn't the real Mari. I mean, it's unlikely that Mari's still alive, and how would she have not aged? That was kind of sad that, she had to watch her sister disappear again. After that, we got away from the fish monster Mari. We came to the scenario where we had to certainly get more information about the Deep Sea Fish World booth, and also to find some answers, which the previous girl with the purple hair who died had told us the answers would be found in the Deep Sea Fish World booth. So we just studied the sort of map of the area. We came to a number of different rooms for us to explore, including a storeroom and a reference room. But where we have found the most useful information, we did find some nice scientific information in the research room, reference room, but the clearest information we've got about what time frame we're kind of in, or where we are in terms of where the Deep Sea Fish World booth was, is that we entered the director's office, and here we are. I'm still thinking there's a really weird plushie of a cockroach or some kind of mollusk on the director's desk. It's kind of weird, but we found out there was a map on his desk, on the director's desk, which showed Manten Aquarium, the layout from 5 years ago, which would suggest that the scenario we're in is 5 years ago in the director's office. We also saw there's a picture frame of two people that apparently we know Mayumi said the people in the picture were familiar, but we haven't been shown who it is or told who it is, conveniently. But we found out that the director's office at the time 5 years ago was kind of directed to the Deep Sea Fish World booth by what appears to be some kind of passageway, because it was marked with a red circle and a red line. But in where Mayumi's time, as well as all the previous times we've been, it's been walled off, the passage, supposedly. So maybe it will work out that we will find it this time. But while this was happening, Mayumi discovered a kind of lever or latch or something under the director's desk, and we have tried to trigger that. We've tried to pull on that lever. We also had a mysterious voice saying, "Leave now, leave the room," whether that's a warning voice or whether it's just someone who just doesn't like Mayumi to try and scare her off. But obviously there's no one around as far as we know, we just hear a voice. But while doing this scenario, the nice lovely view of a tank, like a phenomenon tank, was behind us, and it was blue, nice and blue, but unfortunately it has now turned red. Kind of blood coloured, conveniently, as always. But there appears to be maybe human head fish in there, or at least there is fish, and the phenomena has already started where the fish have started crossing into the room where there is no water. So Mayumi appears to be in a bit of trouble here, and we left off with a choice that she had to make. Either leave the room or stick around in the room for a little bit longer. So she kind of suggested in the last dialogue in the previous episode that sticking around is probably a bad idea, and that most likely the best option would be to get the hell out of here, which does sound the most logical. But why don't we find out what happens if we stick around, and if we do either progress or maybe we get yet another bad end. But I think first of all we shall try and stick around. I can't give up. Courage springs up from within me. If I'm going to escape from this Manten Aquarium with Himeno, I have to overcome this obstacle. Going from midair to underwater, I have to overcome this nightmare trying to force me to drown to death. Well, it sounds good at least that you want to overcome it, you fight it, but, you're going to be trapped in a room that water, well, not water is coming in, but the ocean can suddenly appear inside the room, according to the phenomenon, and you'll lose your sense of balance and what's level ground and what's not. I've escaped so many times and been rescued from the brink of death. From other options we made previously that we had to kind of replay. You've also died a number of times. However, I won't lose anymore. Okay. The red light is eroding the room and numerous fish are swimming. When I saved that girl, I overcame a similar obstacle. By knowing something by chance about a creature's habitat, I was able to do something about the situation. Yeah, she's talking about the time when killer whales or orcas were in the room with that girl with the purple hair. However, I can't use the same method here. There are no machines, and there are too many varieties of fish for me to know about them. Well, there is a laptop. Maybe the director has access to the controls. Moreover, I need to find a more basic solution. That girl, whose name I don't even know, she talked about a grudge. There were 2 cases, a murder investigation and a mass culling involving this malice. Oh. Okay, we're progressing, guys, and now we've got choices that are blue, so this will lead towards whichever ending we do. By a murder, could she have meant... Well, as we've come to a choice, we'll make a quick save. But also, guys, we have Someone's Note 2. We did have, in one of the earlier episodes of this series, there was a Someone's Note 1, so we found Someone's Note 2. Manten Aquarium, the director's office. We're scraping the last dregs of our subsidiary aid. This is a fate private management cannot avoid. One segment of the staff finds my plan unsuitable, but Manten Aquarium can't go on being revered merely as a source of amusement. If there's a shake-up amongst personnel, then my job... ... He was stopped mid-sentence. This, I'm assuming, was the director who made this note. And one segment of the staff finds my plan unsuitable. So segment suggests a small group, but somehow I get the feeling it's Reiko's. But anyway, back to the game. So, by a murder, could she have meant the director's accident or about Mari? Well, we honestly don't know the fate of Mari. We can only assume that she's dead. And the director's accident, yes, the director did die, but was he murdered? That's the question now. Well, I think at the moment, this may be a wrong choice, but I think it may be something more to do with the director's accident. The director's accidental death was caused by the error in the deep-sea fish booth that also caused all those other deaths. Either way, what if it wasn't an accident? What if the whole thing was targeted at someone? I can see what caused the closing down of Manten Aquarium, the bitter intent against the one who killed them. In other words, regret and a grudge. Yes, I bore great fear and anxiety towards Manten Aquarium. But if my way of thinking is correct, then what I should be afraid of isn't the aquarium, but the deceased that have taken on its form. Oh, Himeno. Another flashback. Maybe so. There are so many rumors though. Seeing a man's ghost in the tanks, the deep-sea fish booth being open only on the day of a full moon, that all of the water changes into blood, or that you can hear crying from the back of the tanks. We have kind of witnessed all those phenomenon, except we haven't had any evidence of it being a full moon. Himeno's words from that lunch break long ago all come back to me now. The director! You! As if agreeing with my conjecture, the red light grows more dense, and it becomes hard for me to breathe. I don't have time. With just one more step, I should be able to overcome this phenomena. Oh man. Okay, so I thought the first red choice we made was a bad end, but maybe not. Or maybe it's going to lead to a bad end regardless. But yet again, guys, we will make a save. So I reach on top of the desk, Reach out for the bookshelf, reach for my pocket, or reach for the door. Reaching for your pocket isn't really going to help, Mayumi. I mean, if we suggested that maybe the malicious intent is to do with Mari, then reaching for your pocket for the keychain might help, but reaching for the door is essentially saying let's get the hell out of here, which we kind of don't want to back down on that decision now, so I'm going to eliminate that option. Reach on top of the desk. I mean, if she has to hold on to something to escape the phenomena, I don't know. What we'll do is we'll try reaching for the top of the desk and see what happens. Almost subconsciously, I reach for the top of the desk. My fingertips brush the wooden frame of the picture, then struggle against the water's resistance and pull it down. I've seen this picture somewhere before. I have. I let go of the picture frame and, steadily floating about, try to gain control of my body and reach into my pocket. Relying on the tactile feedback from my fingers, I search my pocket. Yeah, so possible theories were, as when we first saw this picture, were confirmed. So the director of Manten Aquarium was the father of the girl with the purple hair. So she was trying to find out how her father died, who worked here. This is it. What I pull out is the keychain with the starfish attached. Stuck to the back is the sticker picture of the man and the little girl. Director, if you can hear me, if you can, hear me from somewhere. Watch this! A bubble as big as my mouth leaps out. The red bubble rises up through the interval between the air and the water. I cover my nose and mouth with my left hand and hoist the keychain up high. Air! My lungs are at their limits. The results of my defiance will be life or death. If my conviction is nothing more than a mistake, I die by suffocation. However... Oh? Uh-oh. Oh no. Egg! This is the last bit of air in my lungs. It's like we chose badly, guys. She's in the ocean. The last bit of air in my lungs. This little red bubble climbing to the heavens, along with my memories. The inside of my head is becoming murky. There isn't enough oxygen. I'll die. In just a matter of seconds, I will drown to death. Stop this, Father. Oh my God, really? Is she speaking from death? Oh no, don't tell me she's joined the maliciousness of this world because she's died here. Oh really? In time with the girl's voice, I feel the pain of my body crashing into the ground. Kia! And the phenomena stops. With a thud, my butt begins to hurt. However, that pain is proof that the director's office has returned to normal. Without hesitation, I feel grateful for gravity. It's all right now, Father. Sayo. Sayo? Just like when I tried to open the floor, a voice echoes through the room. As I steady my breathing, I look around me and survey the room. As expected, I cannot find the source of the voice. I've heard this voice before. It is a voice I've heard many times in Manten Aquarium. A hollow voice, one that projects well. This isn't a mistake. It's the voice of the girl, the one killed by Saganuma Reiko. I take another look at the picture on the keychain in my hand. By father, do you mean that this is... Oh, for goodness sake, Mayumi, how can you not figure out that already? It sounds like she must be his daughter. In other words, that girl was the daughter of the director? Correct. She is. So then, that's why. I realize that she is the daughter of the director whose murder was made to look accidental, which is why she has so tenaciously pursued the secrets of Manten Aquarium. Uh-oh. Oh, ghost forms? Along with surprise, I feel understanding. A blue light shines through the translucent tank. The ominous red light from earlier is no longer there. In the spaces between the blue light, I can see two silhouettes. Like images projected on the screen, they are a bit vague, but I can easily identify them. A middle-aged man and a girl, the two of them face each other in a pleasant manner. "Sayo, you've gotten so big," the silhouette that appears to be the director says in a kind voice. I decide to watch the pair's conversation quietly for a bit so as not to interrupt. "You're making such a big deal of it. More importantly, I found her, the criminal who killed you." "Sayo, you..." So, Reiko killed the director. "Saginuma Reiko. I was killed by her as well, but after coming to Manten Aquarium so many times, I was finally able to confirm it on my own, so I'm more or less satisfied." "Because of me, even you were... Sayo, I..." "Don't say any more. I have no regrets. If you keep going, all of my efforts will be in vain. I lived and died solely for my objective." Sayo says in a cool voice, talking about her objective even after her own death. What a tragic thing. Listening to Sayo's words, the director's mouth becomes a straight line as he looks down, holding back his regrets. "Your face has changed so much in the last few hours." "Huh? Me?" Oh god, so they can talk and see each other. Sayo shifts her gaze from the director to me. She turns her attention from the director and continues. "The fact that you're not surprised to see a ghost really isn't normal, but I understand how you feel." "Yeah, that's right. I suppose you could say I've gotten used to it. I wish I could have gotten to know your name. You never would tell me." "It doesn't matter now, since I'm dead anyway." Even now, Sayo talks like it's someone else's problem. The director at her side responds to the question about her name. "Sakuragi Sayo. That's this girl's full name. I am Sakuragi Isao, Sayo's father, and the director of Manten Aquarium." Sagura... I was about to say, don't tell me this is some fucked up family thing but Reiko's surname is Saginuma, right? "So you are the director after all?" "It would probably be more accurate to say former. But it seems I lost my sense of reason for a long time. I wonder why it's only now that I've regained my senses." Lost his sense of reason, he says, as if that's no longer the case. Nevertheless, his story seems to substantiate the theory that Manten Aquarium gives form to grudges. Having returned to his senses, no strange phenomena should take place. Well, yeah, kind of. Unless there are other people holding grudges that died here. Mari, possibly? On the contrary, I could say that the earlier poltergeist phenomenon the director caused would also serve as proof, but I don't see any need to blame him. "Wasn't it seeing Sayo-chan that returned you to your senses?" "Hey, stop adding Chan. I have a name too. I don't like it." "Hey? Then it's Sayo. I have a name too, Mayumi, so stop with the hey and you stuff." Sayo breathes an affected sigh, then continues talking. She looks listless, but somehow it seems like she's smiling. "If your conjecture is right, Mayumi, then I'll probably be glad." "Conjecture?" "That I returned my father to his senses." "Fool! Is there anything to be happy about? If you hadn't died, you wouldn't have met me, my beloved daughter. Dead because of me? Is there really anything to be happy about?" Yeah, you're both dead. There's not really much you can do now. "Father, calm down. You'll make the aquarium get weird again." Oh yeah, don't piss him off. "I misjudged you, Sayo. I thought you were amazing because you were steadfast in your determination and your resolve, but I labelled you a cold girl. Really, you were kind." Tears faintly gather in the director's eyes. If demons can have tears in their eyes, then ghosts can cry. That's why they call it infectious crying, I suppose. Even as I watch the two of them, the corner of my eye becomes hot. Aww. The exchange between the two of them is so natural. It has the rhythm of a conversation between parent and child. Well, they are. It's something that won't happen again for them. Oh. I'm sorry. I couldn't save you. I saw you, Sayo, at the moment you got killed. I couldn't save you. I... Don't worry about it. This is the result of my own faltering. It isn't your fault, Mayumi. But... Don't you have someone you need to save? If so, you can't waver.
Sayo, you've matured. You've become able to encourage others.
Be quiet, father. Well, I'm glad you weren't killed by my father. Did Sayo know that her father was the one causing this? I hope not.
You've grown up, Sayo.
The air surrounding them warms my heart, but the realization that this is nothing more than a transient moment causes my chest to tighten.
Huh? You two?
Suddenly, the blue light changes to white. It floods the room like a fluorescent bulb, gradually growing stronger. Without realizing it, I narrow my eyes.
What's happened? All of a sudden.
Who knows? Maybe we're crossing over. I am satisfied, knowing who the killer is.
What? But wait, just a bit.
Crossing over, no longer having any attachment to this world. Sayo has achieved her goal. She and the director have miraculously reunited after overcoming space and time.
No!
I cry out from the bottom of my heart. However, I can't give that scream voice because Sayo knows my resolve. I don't want her to see me acting uncool, because even though Sayo is dead, she is cheering me on.
Mayumi-kun, was it? Before I disappear, I will tell you what I know. Even so, many events right before and after my death are vague. This is much too soon. Will you really disappear?
Well, I guess he's found peace. He's been reunited with his daughter. I mean, who knows what happened if the mother anything happened to her, but if he's been dead for 5 years, maybe the mother's moved on. I don't know. We're thinking too much into it. Well, and also obviously Sayo achieved her goal. She had no intention of coming back out of Manten Aquarium until she found her father, and it turns out the only way to do that was with death.
My soul was originally supposed to cross over 5 years ago. Being able to cross over in and of itself is something to be happy about.
Director, I don't want to cause anyone trouble like father did. I just want to go right away.
Before our souls are taken,
the two have completely reconciled their lives. Souls being taken is something I only barely understand. If it happens, just as it did before with the director, then only their grudge and malice will continue to be expressed in this world. When it's time to die, one crosses over. It's probably best to see it from a spirit's position. But then they can't be happy together. I stiffly endure those words. Unconcerned with my own thoughts, the director begins to speak.
Alright. 5 years ago, Manten Aquarium experienced financial hardship. With diverse options for entertainment and a more direct subway system, customer traffic decreased as people were flocking to towns other than Manten.
Yeah, if a more popular place opens up, they're going to go there, and if it's more convenient to get there via transport, they may forget the little towns and leave them behind.
The management of the aquarium was seeing large costs from the purchase of exhibits, the large amount of feed required, and the cost of paying for the employees. Also, due to the location of Manten Aquarium, the cost of transporting seawater is high.
Yeah, that's got to be a pain. I mean, the Manten Aquarium's located within a huge department building on the top floor. God, that must be a nightmare bringing water in for the sea animals.
In addition, the deep-sea fish booth that served as the centerpiece at the time used the latest technology and required enormous maintenance costs due to its size. I was being pressed by many decisions, letting go of employees, reducing display space, the widening of the target demograph, and the closing of the deep-sea fish booth. I couldn't bring myself to cast aside anything from my beloved aquarium. I tried to do the impossible in the hopes of producing results, but in the end, it boiled down to a confrontation with Sakinuma Reiko and those who stood with her. I was eliminated in the most rational way possible. In other words, I was killed. It was made to look like an on-the-job accident.
Confirmed he was murdered. The director continues, unperturbed by my trembling. Well, anyone in your position, Mayumi, first of all would be freaked out by ghosts, but also, just hearing that someone's been murdered is... I rise to my feet and reach out a hand to Sayo. She is also listening quietly to the director's matter-of-fact way of speaking. Her form seems so fragile. I am unable to touch the image she is projecting into the light. Well, that makes sense. Despite my position amongst management, I let her know, in not so subtle terms, how I felt about her. This gave her all the motive she needed. I have no doubt that my murder was, in some part, because I pushed her too far. Beside me, Sayo lowers her head. However, she listens carefully to the director's monologue. I study the director's face and wait for the rest of the story. I wonder if Reiko Saginuma knew that this girl was the daughter of the director. Interesting.
Then, Saginuma Reiko sent all of the fish in the deep-sea fish booth to their deaths. There were 1,217 of them in all.
Wow, she just killed over 1,200 fish. What a bitch. I'm hating her even more now.
There were probably those employees who had their doubts in regards to the recurrence of unlikely accidents. Those that knew even the slightest bit about our management stuck their heads in the sand and just dismissed it as cost-cutting in some way.
That's awful! By all rights, it is something father should consider as a manager.
Yes, at times such a thing becomes necessary. Saginuma Reiko held neither reverence nor regret towards the fish she, a human, killed. She probably smiled while killing them, forcing them to bear the brunt of her rage and grudge against me. My soul was already here. It's hard to put into words, but I'm what you might call a jibakurai, a spirit bound to this place. Sympathizing with the souls of all of those fish, I offered up my soul to Manten Aquarium.
So then, the grudge you and the fish bore created the world I am in now? The director nods with a serious face. I instinctively swallow. Now, Mayumi, I know this is a lot for you to take in and stuff, but I really hope you're going to ask the question. Does the director know, because he is in control and caused the malice, does he know what happened to Mari?
The Red Manten Aquarium, I've taken to calling it that. Without regard for when, they took vengeance to dispel their regrets. It didn't matter if it involved people or fish, they merely turned to anger. There was nothing I could do. As a human with an independent will and emotions, my soul was the cornerstone, but the fish were the ones to rule Manten Aquarium. There was no distinction for the value of life. The thousands of fish spirits overpowered my own sense of reasoning.
Then why now?
I am sorry, but I don't clearly understand it either. I may be ubiquitous throughout this Red Manten Aquarium, but I am merely a core that bore its grudge, nothing more. There are far too many things I cannot explain. But if I were to venture a guess, I would think that my reunion with Sayo has led my soul to stop producing negative emotions. Upon becoming useless, I was probably ejected from the Red Manten Aquarium. Theories and such probably don't matter, Mayumi-kun. It's thanks to you bringing Sayo and I together that this miracle occurred. I don't need any further explanation than that. The director smiles peacefully. He probably doesn't remember the details of what he put us through. If he did, he wouldn't be smiling. Still, it isn't like the director is directly responsible for his sins. Sins are born from a person's ill will. If I trust the director's words, then that isn't the case here. It isn't in me to bear hatred for something with no form. A cornerstone. Having lost me, the one directing their malice, the fish spirits should also disappear. They should cross over.
the director says in a relaxed tone after some thought. Well, so he's kind of suggesting that all the phenomena should stop, so potentially we may leave the malicious Manten Aquarium and get back. But will Himeno be there okay? Who knows?
In other words, the red Manten Aquarium will disappear?
If my theory is correct, that is what should happen. In turn, with my soul's disappearance, the red Manten Aquarium should begin to crumble. This isn't something I know for sure, merely a hunch. But it seems I am part of Manten Aquarium after all. Please don't lament the fact that I will disappear. It was your courage that rescued us from this place, this red Manten Aquarium.
I didn't
save you. My words of denial won't come out. Surely the director is satisfied already, after having his soul bound for 5 years and squeezed for every drop of malice. Just releasing him was saving him, so I can't dilute that fact.
Before we part ways, I'll return this to you. This keychain.
Oh, don't tell me she's had Mayumi's keychain from the very beginning when they bumped into each other. Sayo hands me a keychain. It is a droplet-shaped keychain, one with a jellyfish attached. It is unmistakably the keychain from my memories.
Why, Sayo? You were running without watching where you were going, and you ran into me, don't you remember? When I was chasing Mari, I ran into someone. That's right, Himeno picked it up in all of the confusion. It was something incredibly precious to me. It never seemed like something someone could mistake. Even now, I still don't understand the mix-up. I finally realized that you had my keychain when I looked at it, and that the one I picked up was yours, Mayumi. Thank you. So it wasn't that Himeno lied. The mix-up was because there were two lookalikes.
I hand the keychain with the starfish charm to Sayo. The father and daughter smile at me from within the sticker picture. This piece of their lost past leaves my hands. As I hand it to her, I am unable to touch her. However, the treasure safely lands in Sayo's hand.
Why didn't you tell me back then? Hope, probably. What do you mean? I won't say any more than that.
I am about to respond, but Sayo speaks without giving me a chance.
You know, I'm a bit jealous of that Himeno girl. Why? Think about it yourself. You're so mean.
Always a tease right to the end. Sayo grips the keychain tightly and shuts her eyes. She takes a small breath, then nods.
You walked a different path than I, Mayumi. Even now I think so. Yeah. Mayumi, what you've done is resolve yourself to save the both of you. I don't want to think that I'm wrong. However, you aren't wrong either, Mayumi. The world is a place with few answers.
Sayo laughs with a ha-ha, then smiles. This seems out of character for her. But Sayo's smile is very natural. Surely this is this girl's true nature. Nah, the cool Sayo I spoke with first is the real deal. Just as Sayo said, there's no perfect answer anywhere. Regardless of the director's choices, there were none that could have led to a perfect solution. Even so, we all must choose, even if it means casting aside that which we don't choose.
I wasn't able to be like you. I was filled with a weakness I couldn't account for. Sayo, you aren't weak at all. You saved me.
Her eyes closed. Sayo shakes her head.
Mayumi, you have strength that I don't. You won't fall apart at the truth. You will save Himeno, no matter what. Thank you. I'm sorry. In the end.
Hey.
Huh?
Nah, nothing. I don't care for stubbornness after all. The light surrounding Sayo grows far brighter than the light surrounding the director. Gradually, Sayo's silhouette grows dim. I understand. This is the light of Sayo's life.
Bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye. I won't say see you later or anything. If you find your way here after 100 years, I'll just turn you away.
Oh man. Gosh, such a teasing biatch right to the end.
There's no way I could live that long.
I am unable to stop my emotions from overflowing. The drops of light spilling over melt into the even stronger light. It's the same for Sayo. She would probably get mad if I say so, so I won't, but... Well, Father, I'll go on ahead. This time, you can follow me. Essentially, it's decided. Sayo is my friend now, so as much as I continue to struggle, I won't break so easily. And bright light is consuming them all, but I'm assuming... Oh god, Sayo's gone. The director's still there though. Well, that's true. He hasn't told us much yet, so he must have more to tell to Mayumi before he fades. By the time I've wiped away my tears, Sayo's light has already vanished. The director closes his eyes and begins to pray. Seeing me stand up, he quietly opens his mouth.
I don't know exactly what will happen when this place crumbles. Before it happens, I think it's best that you get out of Manten Aquarium.
I want to ask you about Saginuma Reiko-san. She's still alive in this aquarium, isn't she?
God, yes. The woman who killed not just the director, but his daughter too. Her insane smile is etched in my mind and won't disappear.
She shouldn't be living. I can't remember it clearly, but I do know this. Manten Aquarium did exact its vengeance on her.
Alright, so she is dead.
If she's still here in the aquarium, then she's nothing other than a ghost. She's a captive soul, bound here by the grudge and malice that pervades this place. If so, when this place crumbles, she'll disappear as well. You needn't worry.
Yeah, but I have a bad feeling that maybe the malice of Manten Aquarium, although it's lost your soul, it may take over hers.
I don't need to worry. Is that true?
Those things left behind in time will not change.
I understand. That and...
Yes? What is it?
You didn't see a girl called Mari somewhere, did you?
Good, she's asking the question I wanted to know.
She looks like Sayo when she was a child. Perhaps, like you, she became a spirit and is in this Manten Aquarium.
I have asked the disappearing director something that has caught his attention. Oh. If he is one with Manten Aquarium, then perhaps he does know something. However, that hope is quickly dashed.
I do not know. Ever since my death, my mind has become rather vague and fragmented.
Oh, shit.
Is that so?
However, as it is vague, I cannot definitely say that she isn't here. In the deep-sea fish booth where I lost my life, there may be some truth even I do not know.
Speaking of which, Director, when you were under the influence of the grudge, you told me to leave. Did you understand somewhere deep down the danger of the place where you were killed?
God, and now, since they mentioned grudge, I'm just thinking of the movie.
I wonder. Honestly, I do not know. Well then, it seems the time has come.
Director!
I can no longer stay here. I realize it may be irresponsible, however, it seems this alone I cannot fight. In this world, there are powers that go beyond human understanding.
Please wait!
If I wait too much longer, I won't be able to follow Sayo. When I reach the other side, I will pray for you, that you may be saved and blessed.
And he's fading into the light as well. And Mayumi is alone again, but at least she's out of the malicious intent. I am unable to stop him as he is wrapped in a brilliant light. Just as Sayo was, in the next moment, his form is gone.
Was he able to cross over?
Well, hopefully. I want them to have a nice ending even though they died. My question is directed at thin air, so naturally, there is no reply.
I wonder if this is a time when you should say congratulations.
Thinking it over a bit, I look up. In that position, I close my eyes.
Please, find peace.
Before I realise it, I'm alone again, but it's alright. Even if something happens, I will not fail. I have prepared myself.
Well then, I have to walk on.
Oh wow, a red choice, so this could potentially lead to a bad end. Right, okay, I think I see where the game's thinking is going and where it's going to try and sway your decision here. I'm going to make a save though, of course. So, from the conversation the director said, the malicious Manten Aquarium, the red Manten Aquarium, his soul is no longer gripped to it, so the fish, his malicious intent should probably fade too. So therefore, the malicious, messed up Manten Aquarium that's caught in time warps and stuff like that should crack and fade, and everything should go back to normal. So obviously, returning to Himeno's side would suggest that we're going to retrieve Himeno and just get the hell out of here. But if we do, then we won't find any other truths possibly in the deep sea fish booth, and maybe any answers regarding Hamari's fate. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going to try going to head for the deep sea fish booth first, guys. If that's the wrong decision, then we'll return to Himeno's side, but I think we should at least try and check out the deep sea fish booth. So head for the deep sea fish booth. I reach for the small handle under the director's desk.
Wait just a little longer, Himeno.
I have no time, but that means I have to be all the more careful. In a way, this is Manten Aquarium's final puzzle. The closed down deep sea fish booth. Everything will be settled there. There has to be an end to the red Manten Aquarium. Embracing the vigour in my chest, I pull open the small door. Okay guys, so we're hoping Himeno can hold on just a little bit longer, and we're heading for the deep sea fish booth. I descend the ladder leading from the director's office, walk along the dark underground passageway for several meters, and reach another ladder. Causing a dull sound to echo, I climb the ladder. As I approach the door overhead, cold air flows through.
Oof.
Pushing the door out with my head, I've reached the top of the ladder. Whoa! Now this was one of the CGs that was in the introduction. Was in the intro. Wow. Yeah, and that I have seen that. I can't remember the name of that fish, but I definitely have seen it. Yeah, and this looks really cool because some of the species here will probably have like bioluminescence, which is a trait of some deep sea fish.
This is the deep sea fish booth,
I mutter, closing the door I came up through. Inside it's pitch black. As if to match the real deep sea, it is a world with no light. My unease in the dark comes from deep down in my heart. However, at this moment, I am able to suppress that feeling. Stretching my arms out to the left and right, I carefully walk on. There must be something here. I am absolutely sure of it.
Huh? That light?
After walking for a bit, I find a light floating in my path. It's neither the red light nor the blue one I saw in the director's office, but rather a golden light, like that of the morning sun. I suddenly begin walking towards that light. There may be nothing there, but I don't even consider that possibility. Oh wow, so we've got more choices. Okay, so blue choice, so one of these decisions will lead towards one of the true ends. So, I could say it's a light, but we've kind of already said it's a light. Or we can say pretty. Well, we'll just say it's pretty. It doesn't sound as if we're giving too much information away, so hopefully nothing bad will happen. Called by the light, I move forward. But I am now just thinking after I've made that choice, as I mentioned with these deep sea fish, some of them use their bioluminescence to attract prey.
But I know.
Having gotten close enough to touch the light, my movements seem to be off. The ball of light before my eyes has begun dodging me. Oh, it is a bioluminescent creature.
A deep-sea fish, eh?
That much I can understand. A football fish, perhaps the most famous of the deep-sea fish. It emits light, even in the depths of the deep sea, slyly awaiting its prey.
But I am no longer prey.
Oh wow. Nice. Passing the light, it's as if something has been blown open, as things begin to flicker throughout the room. Yellow lights, blue lights, even red lights, they all rush about the room like fibers. All of the lights waver like the surface of the water. Thanks to the intermittent light, I begin to grasp the full form of the deep-sea fish booth. Fish are swimming all throughout the room. The light itself is the fish's habitat. This is the seed to the fish spirits that have lost the malice that once guided them. Oh, that doesn't sound as if it should be a good... Doesn't sound as if it's a place you should be, Mayumi, for your safety.
I'm not afraid anymore.
The director himself said they had all been freed from their malice. Just as he said, the fish no longer have any aggression. The oarfish, the monkfish, the hagfish. There are also ones with scary faces, transparent fish, and fish that glow beautifully, though differently from the football fish. This room, filled with several deep-sea fish, is more realistic and more magnificent than any other display space.
Okay, I'm no longer afraid, so come on out.
Weaving through all of the fish, I touch a wall on the inside of the deep-sea fish booth.
Mari?
Just as I call her name, I feel my legs slam close together. Uh-oh. Oh no! Did I choose badly?
Huh?
I suppose this is what you'd call carelessness. My legs have been grabbed by a large tentacle. It has white skin and pale pink suckers. Great, some kind of octopus or squid has gripped us and we're in the ocean again. But the last choice I made wasn't to do with a bad end. What the hell? At my feet is the deep sea. I can see a black shadow far closer to me than the bottom of the sea. I've seen this creature on the news on TV. It's the largest creature on planet Earth. A giant squid. Oh crap. Giant squid, they've also got another name. Kraken, I guess. My impatience is greater than my fear. Before it can pull me in, I have to escape. But the suction pads are strong, and as I struggle, another tentacle approaches.
Dummy. Huh?
That is the voice of hope. A small hand reaches down from above as I am pulled further into the deep sea. A hand of salvation for me as I writhe against imminent death in the darkness. Oh boy, guys. This is not good. We have a choice to make here. But also, Manten Aquarium, Secrets of the Deep Sea. Someone's Note 3. The staff of Manten Aquarium has been split into two groups. Why? Why can't they comprehend the value of my ideals? They refuse to acknowledge the sheer cost of the deep sea fish booth. Perhaps I need to employ more forceful measures. Yes, it's definitely the director that's made these notes. Right, so we made a save. So, the voice of hope. So it sounds as if she knows who this voice belongs to. So, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to just push away the hand and see what happens. I'd imagine this is the wrong choice, but we might as well see what bad end comes of it.
No!
As I scream out, I push away the hand being extended to me, pretending to help me, but really tricking me. This is my logic based on what I've experienced over and over again at this aquarium.
I see. I see.
The regretful voice quickly disappears, and in exchange the tentacle pulling my legs pulls harder. I feel intense pain, as if my legs are about to be ripped off. Gah! I frantically tried to resist, but the only thing I feel is myself being pulled down further. I gradually forget to breathe. Below my eye level, there is an enormous giant squid. As I close my eyes, my limbs are torn away by the thick tentacles. Ripped apart, yep, this is a bad end. My own body gently floats along the water. No objective, just floating. Before long, the tentacle is wrapped around my slender neck. Just like that, I am pulled even further into the deep sea. At this point, I have already died. It is an instantaneous death thanks to my broken neck. Oh man, it crushed her neck. I am watching the spectacle of my own death from somewhere else. The sight of my death from this enormous creature preying upon me and my own almost comedic powerlessness.
Big sister!
I feel like I heard a voice. Unable to find the owner of that voice, I can only look around the room drenched in red light. You were taken by the malice. Deep mystery, bad end. Well, shit, but I kind of knew that was a bad end choice, but it was just to see it. Oh, another chibi Mari. Oh well, guys. We died. But, oh well. Let us return. Hey guys, so let's make the more logical choice, which is take Mari's hand. I mean, I'm pretty sure this must be Mari.
Big sister, if you go away before we get to make up, I really will hate you. I'm not going anywhere.
First, I grasp her hand tightly with my right hand. At such a miracle, I begin to feel my zeal returning. Next, I grab that little hand with my left hand. I can feel my energy growing stronger. I am pulled up with a great amount of power. It isn't just the owner of the voice's strength either. I can feel the intervention of a miraculous amount of power. With just that, the tentacles that hold my legs and have refused to let go are easily peeled away. Ow! Pulled from the darkness, I land on my backside. I don't know how many times today I've fallen down. Please cut it out. The bones in my butt feel like they'll break. This is no time for such carefree thoughts. I've ended up in the deep-sea fish booth once more. This room with so many types of fish just swimming about. She is here. I puff out my cheeks, place my hands on my hips, and push myself forward with my palms. Mari!
Mari, really?
Oh God! Please don't think. Please don't go down the route where she doesn't accept her as her sister.
Huh? Who are you? I thought you were my big sister, but you're grown up.
Looking at me as I lift my head is a girl with long hair. Mari is looking down at me. Oh my God, does Mari not realize that she's been trapped in the world for 5 years?
It's me, Nakanobi Mayumi, your big sister. Yep, I'm not wrong after all. You're a grown-up, but you're my big sister.
It wouldn't be surprising for her not to recognize me. In the 5 years that have passed, as I have been going through a growth spurt, I have grown quite noticeably. I cut my hair that was, at that time, as long as Mari's, and my looks and my body have become a little more mature. But Mari is laughing and nodding. She called me big sister.
I've been looking for you this whole time, big sister. Since you got lost, I thought I should find you, big sister, the whole time.
So she's still blaming Mayumi for being lost. I realise that Mari's voice has an echo to it. Oh. Is it a ghost? It isn't because of the room that we're in. It's probably due to the light shining through Mari's silhouette. She died and has been kind of stuck to this world until she got reunited with her sister, I guess.
I saw something scary. A lady with a scary face wouldn't let the man who looked worried get out of the water. She was drowning him.
Oh no. Oh, shit. So Mari was a witness to Reiko killing the director. Oh no, and so I can see where this is going. Reiko caught her and killed her.
A lady? A man? Could that be the director and Saganuma Reiko? I got so scared and I ran away, but this lady chased after me. Saganuma Reiko. Mari. She... I ran and ran. I hid myself in some sort of box. I thought of how I wanted to see you and stayed there the whole time. Then suddenly, the whole place filled with water, and I went to sleep. Oh.
So confirmed she's dead.
Mari, I'm sorry. I couldn't save you.
Having witnessed the scene of a murder, Mari ran away within Manten Aquarium as Saganuma Reiko pursued her. Then she ended up in some empty tank that was then filled with water, and then she... Was it an accident Saganuma Reiko's doing, or could it have possibly been that she slipped into the red Manten Aquarium? In this world of strange phenomena, Mari herself probably doesn't even know. The one truth is that Mari's life was brought to an end. Fuck. I was really hoping that we would find her alive somehow. Or that, you know, it was at least going to be a happy ending, that they were... Well, I'm happy that they're reunited, but I was still hoping that we may have found her alive. But it would have been strange, the fact that she hasn't aged a day.
After that, why did you come back here? I don't know. I drifted, sleeping the whole time. Then I thought that you had come, so I woke myself up. Mari, you're dead, aren't you?
I say these words, enduring the pain in my heart. It feels like I have no choice but to say them.
Yes, sorry, big sister.
The one who should apologize is me. I had no idea you faced something so terrible, and I wasn't able to save you. Even though you waited here for me, I couldn't save you.
That's right, jeez, because you always get lost. Big sister, are you crying?
Mari says this to me in an innocent voice.
I'm not crying.
Yes, you are. I am her big sister. Her big sister, 5 years her senior, so then I can't cry. Mari is smiling so broadly, I can't let her see me do something as uncool as crying. Finally, I was able to see Mari. Finally, I was able to reunite with Mari. No matter what form she takes, this isn't supposed to be a sad thing, is it? Oh, at least I like that smile.
Oh, what? Well, I'm going now. To where? I don't know, but this cradle where I've been sleeping feels as if it's slowly disappearing. That's why I feel somehow that I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Mari, thank you for saving me.
I was unable to save Mari, but even so, Mari brought me through my own crisis.
I'm pretty pathetic for a big sister, huh? No. After all, you came to see me, didn't you? Yeah.
God damn it. Manten Aquarium's final truth. For me, that would be Mari's death. I realised this a long time ago, honestly, but I was unable to accept it and let it go so easily. Oh, wow. Oh, so cute and pretty. Little by little, the light enveloping Mari grows stronger. If the director was like a shell for the red Manten Aquarium, then Mari, surely being one drop amongst the collective, was being released. The thing that held her here is now gone. Yeah, that kind of makes sense now that the malicious red Manten Aquarium can't hold on to the core soul. The rest of the souls that died here are being released. All around me, numerous other lights are climbing towards heaven. As if the ceiling is no obstacle, pillars of light fill the deep-sea fish booth. This other Manten Aquarium is vanishing.
Big sister, I love you. How about you?
Oh, say it.
It's the same for me. As it should be. Well, I'm going then.
Well, we don't get a choice here, guys. This is something we must do.
Bring her back. Wait, Mari. What is it, big sister? This keychain. It's my treasure, so...
Yes, this feels right. Give her the keychain she wanted all that time ago. I pulled the keychain bearing all of my memories from my pocket. I dropped it once, but it came back, as if guided by destiny, a true treasure. Just as if she were seeing it for the first time, Mari makes a sad face.
No fair. After all, back then, you told me how important it was. It is important, and precious, so I'll give it to you, Mari. I am your big sister, Mari.
It was such a trivial thing that I regret from that day. I won't make that same mistake again. What it is that's important to me, I feel like I understand that a little better now than back then.
Hehehe, thank you, but sorry, I gave my keychain to a girl that looks just like me, so I can't trade with you.
She gave it to Sayo. A faint band of light appears in Mari's eyes. Illuminated by the numerous twinkling lights, Mari is so pretty.
It's alright.
In sync with my words, I rub Mari's head. I cannot touch her long hair, but even so, I embrace Mari. Oh.
I know that girl. She's a friend of mine. Well, then, I'll treasure it, no matter what. Okay.
Oh, god damn it, and now she's fading into the light. I mean, it's great that they reunited, but this is still sad. The light envelops even me. Oh. The warmth is like Mari's own body temperature. Is Mari gonna get us out of here? In this way, Mari will probably go to heaven. I believe that Mari will definitely go on to a happier world. I hope so. Because Mari is a kind girl. Wait, what? No. No. Oh, god damn it, not now. Who? Well, I think we can guess it's probably Reiko. But, shit, not now. Don't mess about with this scene. It was perfect. Do not toy with me. But anyway, guys, we shall find out who the owner of that evil voice is next time. Leaving it on a bit of a cliffhanger. Wow, the feels in this episode were quite real. So at least Sayo, we learned her name, but at least Sayo got reunited with her father and the director and Sayo found peace. The malicious Manten Aquarium is at least crumbling for now, but I don't know whether this may have something to do with it, changing that scenario. We've reunited with Mari, and sadly the confirmed truth was that she was killed. Well, she died, but she died because she was hiding from Reiko, who was going to murder her anyway. So yeah, the feels are real. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a massive, big, beautiful thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to hit that good old subscribe button for the continuation of the story, as well as more content to follow. That also helps me out. And also, if you have any questions or anything you want to say, just let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, so we may even be coming close to one of the true ends, guys. So possibly the next episode will be at least the last for one of the true endings. We will definitely have to go back to obtain some bad ends, but also maybe we have to go back for the true ends, for the other true ends as well. I want to finish this game completely and let us see all the scenarios for me and for you guys. So anyway, guys, we'll find out what happens next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!